Mission start!
I missed? Our victory! Yay!
Mission start! Ha!
Won't work!
Ha!
In unison!
Yeah! Enemy vanquished. Mission complete.
I'll take you all!
Sorry!
What's next?
A chair!
Guess I wasn't careful.
My legs won't move.
My body won't move. Damn it.
Can't believe it.
Sounds like you see something.
An eyeball? A huge eyeball? It bit me! Ah! A giant mushroom! Wait, no! Ah!
Oh, you can actually see what's going on? My. And it sounds like they're done for.
What should we do? Banty and the others!
Calm down. This is where you come in. Focus on thinking about Fanty. Your feelings will act as a beacon for its return. It'll be sure to find its way back.
Yes, ma'am! Fanty! Here, Fanty! I'm over here! Fanty's underground, but I think I can feel its presence. It's not coming back.
You did it! Both you and Fanty pass. For now.
Huh? But Fanty still hasn't...
Why don't you take a look in that mirror over there?
Huh? Ah! Something's on my head! Why?
It's able to stay here by using you as a tether to this realm. In plainer terms, your souls have fused.
How could this happen? Why me?
Because you're the one that stole its true name. You'll always be together now. Did I not mention that would be the case?
I definitely didn't hear you say anything about that.
Oh, is that so? Forgetfulness is a privilege of the elderly. You needn't worry, however. As for the lantern, you can temporarily separate its soul from yours as long as you have that. Don't think about it too hard. More importantly, you were able to see most of what was happening underground, yes? Tell this old witch everything.
But I didn't see everything. I can only get a rough idea of what's happening, so I'm missing bits and pieces.
That will suffice for now.
Huh?
You'll be the eyes and ears for our underground expeditions here on. If you have trouble progressing, I can offer my assistance. It's good we were able to confirm that a den of monsters live inside the labyrinth, just like the stories say.
Huh? You knew there were gonna be monsters all along? You said no one had ever been in there.
My, how unexpected. You know what uncharted means? Yes, it refers to a place yet to be mapped out by anyone. But there's a distinction between taking on the challenge and making it back successfully. There have been plenty of the former. That shouldn't come as a surprise. We're talking about the sanctuary for works of art with supernatural powers, after all. Lots of people want to get their hands on them. Royal investigators, treasure hunters, bandits. Even sages were sent in, if rumors are true. But this was a long time ago.
Does that mean that there's no one left that wants to try?
At least that's what I gathered. After a certain point, none remained with the means or desire to brave the labyrinth.
Because they couldn't come back?
So it seems. They tried to find a way back. But in the end, not a single person made it out of there alive.
Huh? But if no one made it back, how did people find out about the labyrinth in the first place?
It seems that mysterious artifacts were found with mutilated corpses in the wardrobe, and assumed to have originated from the labyrinth. One of these explorers was found with a memoir. Well, his minced flesh was.
Memoir?
That's right. And on the last page, this was written in the old tongue. The swarm of frenzied monsters underground are the remains of those who died exploring or who have succumbed to the miasma while alive. Never enter this labyrinth. Or so the story goes.
Huh?
Apparently, the mincing doesn't happen upon entering the wardrobe, but when returning. Truth be told, you can get to the other side. You just can't come back up. But until this memoir was discovered, it was a mystery why people would try to exit back through the wardrobe knowing they'd be killed. The assumption was they'd gone mad while fleeing from monsters. Or that those who missed home went for broke in one last gamble. But if they'd been turned into monsters themselves and were trying to come back up in search of prey, well, that's different.
Prey?
Well, we don't know for certain, but it was enough for the king at the time to seal this place up. Many years passed, and not only was no one left to take on the challenge, but few even knew it existed. Until our count set his mind on it.
Well, exploring isn't possible! I mean, because of the dying and all!
That's what you, Fanty, and the puppet soldiers are for. Didn't you all return safely? A puppet soldier has roughly the same strength as a person, but they have the distinct advantage of not being human.
But the vision I had just now, was that really happening underground?
Yes. Fanty was leading the puppet soldiers in their exploration deep below the surface, as the Covenant dictates.
Then my job would be to...
So you finally caught on. You're to be a medium for the wandering spirit and explore underground in place of this old bat. Don't forget to report everything you see there.
The part about finding lost objects is also...
That's right. You'll be finding and gathering the Curio in the Labyrinth.
But the things I usually find are like your run-of-the-mill lost items.
I've already thought that through. Just leave it to Madame Marta. That said, it'll be the Lantern Day Phantasmagorie who will be doing the actual exploring. If we want to be more specific, it'll be the wandering spirit inside the lantern. Keep in mind that our little friend here is prone to boredom. We'll need to make sure it has plenty to do, or who knows what will happen. Well, start with an introduction.
Okay. Excuse me? Fanty? It's nice to meet you. Though I guess it's not our first meeting. I'm Eureka. Eureka de Soleil. Whoa!
How'd it go? Did you get a response?
I can hear a voice in my head. Or, it's not a voice, exactly. Maybe it's Fanty's will I'm sensing? What is that?
You're stuck together until we reach the end. Like a couple that's grown apart emotionally. Good luck getting along now!
This room is filled with so many objects.
I suppose we could call it a storeroom for our loot. Anything you obtain underground will appear here. Fanty's brought back so much from just 1 hour's exploration. Let's see. As expected. I thought it'd save money to use parchment, but there's no way to repair them like this. I guess I'll have to use dolls made of wood. That's fine. We'll bill the count for the expenses, plus extra. In order to do that, we'll need to explore again. There's no time to waste. Let's head back up and get right to making some more. Blow on this again for me.
Yes, ma'am!
Fanty, little missy. I'll explain it again, so listen carefully, you two. This is the Red Tribuna. Remember that. It's Galleria Manor's gallery, and our base of operations when exploring the Labyrinth. You two need to focus on bringing back the works of art stored beneath the manor. But not just any old works. The Curios. They can be anything from paintings to sculptures, jewelry, furniture, even scripts.
So, I just need to have Fanty and the puppet soldiers look for Curio underground. Is that right?
You've got it in one. The puppet soldiers are immortal manania. We craft them using a soul and a puppet. You'll need them to take on the labyrinth for you. Do you understand that much?
Immortal? But weren't they defeated just now?
Even puppet soldiers will die if they get torn apart by monsters. At least, while they're underground. But remember, they were created from puppets. A shot through the heart or a little beheading is nothing. We can repair them here. That makes them immortal. And they won't die easily, even if they're exposed to the miasma underground. They rely on mana to change their appearance. Not being able to communicate directly is one of the drawbacks, since there's little mana here.
You mentioned that earlier, but what's mana?
You might call it the origin of magic power. Its very essence is in the air we breathe. There's no magic without it.
Origin? Essence? Huh?
To put it simply, puppet soldiers can't appear above ground because there's almost no mana. That's why our point of command underground is the lantern. They won't stay the same as when we first crafted them. They'll grow as they battle more and more often. As you gain more experience underground, you'll be able to defeat even stronger monsters. The same enemies won't always have the upper hand. What do you think of all this? Do you understand how important the lantern and the puppet soldiers are?
Yes. Well, about half of it.
Even half is more than enough. You'll be the medium. Learn by doing, not by thinking. All right, let's start getting ready again. Here, take these.
I'll follow where you lead.
Don't worry, I'll protect you all.
I'll do my best! Let's work hard together!
All right. Are you ready now? I'll be able to craft anything you might require, but you'll have to provide the materials, and you can earn the money for those underground.
There's money down there?
I can't say for sure you'll find piles of coins during your expeditions.
Oh.
But as long as it comes from underground, the Count will buy it off us regardless of what it is. We already have an arrangement. Use what I gave you to get started and begin gathering what you'll need to explore. I'll be your go-between with my general store, but I'll be charging commission, of course.
What? You're going to charge me?
Don't be silly. Of course there's a surcharge. I've got a number of expenses myself.
Aww.
Oh, and if you change your mind about selling me something, don't fret. I'll let you buy it back if you want to. Otherwise, let's see. I'll give you a few bells. Use these magic bells to make your Manania return without having to go through the wardrobe.
Magical bells?
That's right. Like I said, it'll bring your team back up in a flash. But it takes time to make these. Use them wisely. They're quite valuable.
Is there anything I can do? I want to help Fanty too!
What's with the sudden enthusiasm? If there's anything your little Fanty needs, just do your best to help it out. I'll drill the basics into you while our friend here is exploring underground.
Okay, let me know if there's anything you need, Fanty. And if there's nothing you need, let me know too. Oh, but in my vision, there was a hole or something underground. It didn't look like it was possible to get past. Huh? Is something wrong?
What's that? Yes, that's right. This is the kind of thing I'd like you to report. You could try this, since you mentioned some sort of underground pit. Here, you should be able to jump across smaller holes with this. Then we just do this over there. And with this, the monsters, or your enemies, so to speak, should be visible now.
Wow! Now you can avoid all the scary ones, Fanty!
I don't think you'll be able to elude every battle. But I do agree that you shouldn't fight when you don't stand a chance of winning. If you look carefully, you might be able to discern between weak and strong enemies. I know that look. I'll stop here. You're itching to start exploring again, aren't you? I'll leave you with one last reminder. You'll be infiltrating the labyrinth and collecting the curio that slumber within. To start off, I want you to bring back at least one curio. The rest is up to you. Tackle the labyrinth however you'd like.
All right then, Fanty. Do your best. I'll be rooting for you.